Am I the asshole for treating my girlfriend like my dog after she said I'm not affectionate enough? Come here, Katie. Come here. I rarely show emotion. I'm very reserved and level-headed, so my emotions, whether positive or negative, rarely spike too much. But I love my dog more than anything or anyone. My girlfriend recently sat me down and told me she needs more affection. She knows I don't wear my emotions, and that generally includes her, even though she knows I love her. I'm not handsy. I kiss her when appropriate and let her know I love her when appropriate. Since that talk, I've been thinking about my affection for her like I do my dog. I get super excited to see her like my dog does when I get home. My dog constantly wants scratches, so I always rub her shoulders or play with her hair or have my hand on her thigh. I love when my dog gets kissy and playful, so I get kissy and playful with my girlfriend in the same way. My dog loves when I give her a new toy or treat, so I have little gifts and snacks to give to her when the mood strikes. I didn't know it was gonna be this 1-to-1 the ratio. Hey guys, this may be a life hack that we didn't know was a thing. What a difference. My girlfriend loves it, and it's easy for me because I literally just treat her like my dog, but without the baby voice. It's renewed our passion, and she is so happy and can't understand how I turn my emotions around so easily. Am I the a-hole for continuing this? Sir, your methods may be unorthodox, but we cannot argue with the results. At the end of the day, your girlfriend asked for you to make a change, and you made that change. Now, if she ever found out how you made this change, you may not have a girlfriend anymore. But that may be okay with you because it sounds like you like your dog a little bit more than her anyway. But even with all that said, no, you are not the a-hole. You took what she said, you listened to her, and you found a solution that works for both of you. Are you treating her like a puppy? Yeah. Does she have a problem with it? No. So does it really matter? I don't think so. Hit that follow button and subscribe to the Church of Joe Stone podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Links are in the bio. I am Joe Stone. Am I the asshole for calling my fiance lazy for wanting to be a stay-at-home wife? Wait, not a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home wife? I am a 42-year-old male and am engaged to who I feel is the one, a 33-year-old female. We have been dating for just over 3 years and I proposed last month. Last night, after another session of wedding planning, my fiance asked if I would be alright with her being a stay-at-home wife. At first, I laughed because I thought she was joking, but she was very serious. She told me not to laugh and she wants to be a stay-at-home wife. I asked her why, as we both make pretty good money at our jobs and we can't afford our current lifestyle with just one income. She says it's because I make a lot more, which is true. I make about 40% more than her and we can scale back our lifestyle. And said, it's been on my mind a lot. I think working a 9-to-5 just isn't for me. It ain't for anybody. It's nice you get to decide that you just don't want to work. I asked her if she was being serious and she confirmed that she is. I told her that I'm not comfortable with the idea and said that maybe if we had kids she could be a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not cool with her being a stay-at-home wife. Her response was calling me manipulative since we're both child-free, but I told her even that would be a hypothetical since I'm not at all okay with being the only breadwinner. That divulged into a pretty heated argument, with her saying I should support her dreams. But she never stated what she wanted to do with her staying at home, even though I did ask, so this is where I may be the a-hole. In the heat of the moment I said, where is this coming from? Why is it your dream to be a stay-at-home wife? Is it your dream to be lazy? I mean, to be honest, it sounds like her dream is just to not work, which is kind of everybody's dream. She got really upset about that and went to her mother's and said, we'll talk more when you calm down. I'll be real here. I don't want her to be a stay-at-home wife. I'm not okay with being the sole breadwinner, and I do not wish to support this dream. I want a partner in life, not a dependent doing nothing productive with their days. Am I the a-hole? Sir, I'm gonna be honest, you are not the a-hole and it's probably time for you to leave this relationship. You are finally finding out why she really wanted to be with you. She doesn't want you to be her husband. She wants you to be her bank. She wants you to be her slave, and she wants for you to work all day while she sits around and watches TV. Working isn't for her. It isn't for anybody. It's not fair, it's not equality. Hell, that's not even feminism. She sounds ridiculous, and again, I think this was her plan the entire time. If she doesn't want to talk to you because you want her to keep working, then fam, let that be the last conversation that you have because you deserve better. And let her go find someone that's gonna be her trick. So again, you are not the a-hole, she is. Hit that follow button and subscribe to the Church of Joe Stone podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I am Joe Stone. The link's in the bio. Bye.
Am I the asshole for wanting my friend to stop pretending I'm her husband? I, 28 male, coworker, and friend Amber, 26 female, usually go on work trips alone and spend the night in different cities and hotels. Our friendship is purely platonic and we've never done anything sexual or romantic at all. I have a girlfriend, 27 female, but Amber's single and always has casual sex with guys she meets on her trips. Our routine is that after we end our work for the day, we go to a bar or something like that so she can find some men. She likes me being there to protect her when she is hunting, but there has never been a problem that required me to intervene. Until one of the men she had sex with the night before thought I was her husband or boyfriend and she didn't correct him. She liked the idea. Am I the asshole for wanting my friend to stop pretending I am her husband? The man she did the nasty with the night before thought that I was her husband or boyfriend and she didn't correct him. She liked the idea of the men she was doing thinking I was her husband and wanted to do more of that. I didn't say anything because I thought she was joking. That night, when a waitress came to us to take our order at the bar, she referred to me as her husband. I was shocked but didn't say anything. Later, she left with a man and I saw the waitress looking at me and smiling. The next day, I told Amber to never do that again because I have a girlfriend. But she said that she already asked my girlfriend about this and that she said it was okay. I told her that she still shouldn't do it and she told me I was being crazy and we argued some more. Am I the asshole for not wanting my disabled sister at my wedding? My sister Anna, 21, is special needs. She has severe autism, and while she is verbal, most of her communication is physical, like sign language. This is due to social discomfort, but she does speak around family though and has pretty bad cognitive skills. She can't comprehend boundaries and lives with our parents so they can best watch her. I'm getting married in 3 months. We planned a simple wedding and reception at my fiance Michael's parents' barn and farm. I sent out invitations last week and I asked that Anna not come. I asked this because Anna has an issue with touching Michael and trying to kiss him. Am I the asshole for not wanting my disabled sister at my wedding? Anna has an issue with touching Michael and trying to kiss him. At times, Anna would try and grab Michael's hand, try to lean and kiss him, or would have a really bad shutdown if she wasn't allowed to be directly next to him. We've tried speaking to her, but there's only so much we can do when she doesn't really understand. I told my parents I just want one day for Michael to be my partner and not Anna's comfort person. They called me selfish and asked how I expected them to agree to something like this. They said Anna's disabled and she may never experience a wedding of her own, and while I have Michael for probably the rest of our lives, she'll have no one. And that Michael and I can be more understanding to the reality of her life. I feel like a total ass.
Am I the asshole for waxing my 5-year-old daughter's unibrow? So my 5-year-old has a pretty thick dark unibrow that is very noticeable. Because of COVID, her preschool was online, therefore she was never bullied for having it. However, this past summer, her cousins came over to visit and many of them teased her for her unibrow. They'd call her countless names, and at just 5 years old, my daughter already thinks she is ugly. It breaks my heart because nobody, let alone a 5-year-old, should think they are ugly. I reassure my daughter she's beautiful and not to listen to her cousins, but my daughter still believes she is ugly. In a week, she is starting kindergarten, and I really do not want the bullying to get worse there. So yesterday, I took it in my hands to wax her unibrow. I didn't shape them or anything, just waxed the middle off to get rid of her unibrow. My daughter was elated, looking in the mirror and calling herself so pretty. It warmed my heart to see her so confident in herself, but I made sure to remind her she was beautiful both ways. When my husband came home, my daughter was so excited to show him her eyebrows. In front of her, he called her beautiful, but after she left, we had a huge fight. He said it was horrible of me to be subjecting my 5-year-old daughter to beauty standards. And at such a young age, I'm pushing it on her instead of telling her she is beautiful the way she is. And no 5-year-old should be waxing their eyebrows, and I'm pushing the mentality that she's only beautiful without her unibrow. And that my daughter is too young to know what she even wants, and she should have been able to make her decision to wax it off when she is old enough. I truly understand all the points he has made. However, my daughter has told me she wants to get rid of her unibrow, and I didn't want her to grow up with the bullying and teasing and blame me because I could have prevented it. So, am I the asshole for waxing her unibrow? Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my half of our canceled wedding? My ex-fiancé and I come from very different cultural backgrounds. Our families live on entirely different continents. I explicitly told him before we even got engaged that I always wanted a small, low-key wedding. I know that his culture have huge, lavish weddings, and he told me that this is what he wants. So when we got engaged, we had a long conversation which resulted in the compromise that we would have a big wedding in his home country, but drop some of the other aspects of his culture that I wasn't so comfortable with, or did not mesh well with my own culture. This was not a huge amount of customs we were dropping. In fact, we arranged to drop one and alter two so that they streamlined better with my own culture. We were both as happy as possible with this outcome. We began making bookings, reservations, and paying deposits for our wedding. This was all out of his bank account. This is because we did not have citizenship in each other's countries, so it was far less complicated for everything to be paid from one account of the same country. The intention was that after we get married, it would be much easier to get citizenship, and once citizenship was approved, we would merge our finances, and at this point would not matter who had paid for the wedding, since all of our money would be together. 3 weeks before we were married, his mother and aunts got wind of one of the customs we had arranged to alter and lost him. Through conversation, they had found out about the other two, and eventually they threatened to disown him for being a bad son. They said I was cutting him off from his family and that if that was what he wanted, they would make it easier for him. He begged me to change my mind, but I was firm saying this is what we decided together. I wasn't going to drop the agreement because his family don't like it, when there are plenty of aspects my own family are uncomfortable with. Relationships are about compromise and communication, and ultimately, the first priority are the two people in the relationship, not their family. He told me that if I wouldn't budge, then the wedding was off. I told him I already had made my compromise, and I still wanted to marry him under our original conditions when we had spent a long time negotiating and originally felt were fair. He said he had changed his mind and did not want to marry me. After a few weeks, he contacted me asking me to pay him back for half the money he was unable to get back from the deposits we paid. Since it was so close to the planned date that we canceled, it was not a small amount of money. However, since he was the one who called off the wedding, and even at this point, I would still marry him if we were able to honor our original agreement, I don't think I'm obliged to pay. I told him this and he's very unhappy because he believed that it's my fault that he canceled the wedding because I'm unwilling to be flexible. So, am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my half of our canceled wedding?